you're not on the field, court, or ice, you're on the couch. From DG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, C. Wall, delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's C-Ball, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am. Through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. See all and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Coaching from the Couch, the weekly DMV Sports update. You all listen, we've been off for a bit. We have been off for a bit, but the weekly DMV Sports update is back, and I am your host, C-Wall, and it is a pleasure to be back to give you all of the news on everything happening in the DMV this week, and I think we got more to talk about. As you can see, I'm wearing a Nats shirt. I should not be wearing a Nats shirt because let's be for real, in moment of transparency, when you are a credentialed member of the media and you cover a team, you are not supposed to wear that team's paraphernalia. However, today I said, you know what? I feel as though in honor of the 2019 World Series champions, I earned the right, daggone it, to wear this shirt commemorating that just amazing dream of a season. Okay? So I'm just wearing it. Daggone it. All right? So listen, you all, there's so much to discuss. There's a lot going on. Before we get into it, please let me remind you all that this is a live Bowie television recording. Okay? Live TV recording, Bowie television. Listen, always a lot of fun. Always loving what we're doing at the station and with Seawall. So listen, always got to put that disclaimer out there so that everybody knows exactly what's going on and where we are. So while we're also talking about that and having other announcements, and I know while we're doing this, you all may have seen a post or two because we're doing a giveaway tonight. But before we get into the giveaway, you all may have seen this news. Seawall is expanding to your airwaves starting this past week, August the 10th. I am doing a Women in Sports Wednesday segment on Sophie's Parlor, which is every Wednesday, 3 to 5 on 89.3 WPFW FM. So it's slated to come on at 4:20 each week. Of course, that may fluctuate, but make sure you're tuned in to Sophie's Parlor anyway from 3 to 5. Another opportunity, it is focused on women's sports. We'll be doing a highlight on a woman in sports each week. So more to come. We can always, at this point, you can catch me anywhere. Right? Between Seawall Sports, the live recordings, Bowie Television every single day, the YouTube, the website, Instagram, making sure you're catching up with all of the DMV Sports news, and now on the radio, which can be streamed everywhere if you go to WPFWFM.org. Okay? All right. So now, everybody, let's check in. I think everybody's here. I see folks saying hey to my mom, Mama Waller. Joy is on facilitating the chat as always. I see Faye is on as well. I'm looking at all of the huge DMV sports fans. Have we checked everybody in? Have you tagged everyone in? Because here's the thing that you all need to know. Tonight we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway, 2 tickets, section 124 at FedEx Field. Do you want to win? Check in with a love emoji, drop something in the chat, because we have ways to win. We might do some trivia. We might play a game of trivia if we could get enough folks engaged, or we might just give them away. Who wants to go to the game on Saturday? Like, seriously, 2 section 124 tickets. Row 11 also comes with a gold pass, so you get discounts and everything. So you all need to be sharing the show and tagging in your DMV Sports loving family and friends so that you can make sure you get in with something so that you can win these tickets. Okay, so all right, get folks involved because I know folks want to win. All righty, let's see. Let's get into what's next, y'all. Mystics, and then yes, we're going to talk about the Nets. We got to talk about that. Okay, and then we're going to get into Commanders. So up first with the Mystics. The Mystics are getting ready to close out the regular season. The Mystics are headed to the playoffs. Okay, the Mystics are headed to the playoffs. They do have their last couple of games with the Indiana Fever over the weekend. Unfortunately, they will be without, at least for Friday's game, they will be without Maisha Hines Allen, who is out due to health and safety protocols. So wishing her the best. Hope she's feeling better very soon so that she can rejoin her teammates. But congratulations on making the playoffs to the Mystics. And we're hoping that each week when we are sharing the weekly DMV Sports highlights, we're tracking another championship run. Let's hope for that, okay? So more to come on that very, very soon, as you all know. All right, Nats fans, check in. Nats fans. How are you doing, Nats fans? Are you okay? That's the first thing I need to know. Are you all right? Are you making it? How's everybody doing? I'm being serious. Like, is everybody okay? Because I think that's important to ask. Is everybody all right? Here's what Juan Soto said specifically to his Nats fans and family. It is to my Nats fans. Since day one, I've always had the feeling you would have a special place, a special space in my heart, but the appreciation that I have for you went over my expectations. Thank you for being such a great family to me. With love and gratitude, forever yours, Juan Soto, in his goodbye message to the fans on his Twitter page. Listen, everybody knew it was going to happen. I think everybody knew it was going to happen. And so it just, I think the shocker was just not only Juan Soto, but also Josh Bell. And I have had many conversations with colleagues in media, with folks that have worked for the team, all those things. And it's just so hard for me to think through, how do you just dismantle the World Series team in the manner in which they did? Understanding it's a business, and it's a tough business. It's a tough business. And we'll get into a bit of that in a moment. But it's just, I don't know. It was like, I still couldn't believe it happened. But hey, everybody, guess what? Nats fans will always have 2019 and a World Series championship. That's the key right there. Once you win a championship with a player, if they end up leaving, at least you have the memory in the moment of the time they were there that created a championship team or was part of a championship. That's when it's like, you know what? At least during your tenure and your time, it was a championship came out of that. right? I still believe, and I've said this on the show many times over the years, that winning that World Series was not planned. That was like, it wasn't planned. I mean, everybody knows how terrible the Nats were that season. At the beginning of that season, and things just started turning around. Everything started to click. It all just started to work and happen. And I think the team was good and happy and pleased with their consistency making the playoffs. But I think that World Series was just like a shock. It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. But because it was such a shock, it was hard for them to maintain it because they're also in a situation where they're trying to sell the team. They're actively trying to sell the team. So it's hard to envision a future for any player that has so much promise, can win so many more championships, when it's like, who is going to own this team? Nobody knows. So I know while it is hard for all fans and folks that love baseball and love the Washington Nationals, be excited and happy that the team was able to get a World Series championship with Juan Soto on the team. Sean Doolittle was quoted even saying, the Nats don't win that World Series without Juan Soto. You don't win that World Series without him. And they got it. And everyone will always have those amazing memories and commemorative items to embrace that moment forever. So, of course, we all wish Juan nothing but the best. We know how it is. We get it. The business, it is what it is. But I know that is very hard for everyone. But, hey, always will have a World Series championship for sure. Okay? All right, let's get into it. Okay, we've gone through Mystics. We've gone through the Nats because we had to talk about Juan Soto, y'all. I was like, well, dang, you know. But Commanders fans, check in. I saw one person say they wanted the tickets and that they wanted to win because they want to go to the game this weekend because the weather's going to be the bomb. And of course, people want to go. And I absolutely want to try to play this game. It's a trivia game. And I really wanted to try to play it, you all. But I'm not certain if it's going to work. We'll still try to figure out if it's going to work. But before we get into that, let's talk a bit about, wow, everything that has just happened. I had to say wow first because I was like, whoa, guess what? There was a lot that happened. Let's start out with this. Ron Rivera making the decision to let go of defensive line coach Sam Mills. Drop in the chat how you are feeling about this move. I would love to hear you all's thoughts. I've been seeing a little bit when I'm able to get online of you all's thoughts. What Coach Rivera said he was going to make this move. And of course, anything that he had to say regarding this move was something that he said it was based on off season and what he's seen thus far. Hey, I don't necessarily know if something happened. I don't think anything happened per se, but I think it's exactly what Nasdaq has right here. And it is the D-line underperformed. The D-line underperformed. Here's what I can tell you all from what I have perceived of Ron Rivera. And everybody knows this because Ron Rivera typically takes people, he takes teams, he takes coaching and staff and folks with him. He brought Sam Mills along with him, right? Yes, he did. And so when Coach Rivera said it was hard, it was difficult for him to make that decision, I absolutely believe him. I absolutely believe the reason why it didn't happen when it did is because Ron Rivera is such a kind, good, nice man. I do. But I've also shared with people, and you all have heard me say this, shout out to Dave Harrison, Sports Illustrated, Locked On Commanders, had me on the show earlier this week. that shared basically, hey, there's some subtle things. It's subtle, what Ron is doing. It's around. He's making some moves that's showing that he's serious. He understands the sense of urgency, but he's not one to panic, at least not publicly. But if you're paying attention, Ron is changing some things. Okay? He's changing some things. So that's how I took it. Exactly what Masdak said there is exactly how I perceived it. I was like, oh. And I see Darrell has checked in, Bowie, television photographer and videographer. We were actually in a video. If you go to Darrell's page, he retweeted it. We were caught in the background, which is basically one of our media colleagues from 106.7 The Fan was interviewing Coach Mills on Monday after practice. So I was like, okay, Darrell, I guess we were in the video with the last showing of Coach Mills as the defensive line coach for the Commanders, which is very interesting. So we were in that video. If you haven't seen it, you can go check out Darrell's Twitter. But yeah, so I think it was what it was. It is what it is. It was what it was. Also, while I'm thinking about it and taking the moment, you all give Darrell a high five, like, love button, because his organization is turned 5 years old today. So happy anniversary to Darrell and the whole entire Legacy Maker family. And we're happy to have him at Bowie Television. Thank you all so much for sharing him with us as well. So kudos to you, Darrell. You do a phenomenal job. And I'm so blessed to have you with me out there on the ground, because you know how hard that job is. So thank you so much for being out there with me and rocking with me and staying persistent as well in this business, because we got to stick together and try to work through this. Thank you so very much. But I got to shout out Darrell. And so speaking of Darrell again, let's look at some footage. I don't know if he's been in the chat. I saw Eric Jessup sent me a question earlier today, and it was about who is really making just who's the player that it's like you just cannot cut. And I've been thinking about that question. Who's like the fan favorite? Who's really winning over the crowd, winning over the media? And I'm going to be honest and say it still remains to be seen. I think who that player is will be abundantly clear Saturday's game. The preseason game, I think it becomes abundantly clear. You all may have heard me mention things about Markin Michelle, wide receiver, actually Sonny Michel's brother. Phenomenal. He's been turning heads. Wide receiver, he's been turning heads since minicamp OTAs and everything. Jonathan Williams, running back, it's another name that has been popping up. Before his injury, Curtis Hodges at tight end, undrafted free agent, was making a lot of noise. I was actually talking to Mitch Tischler and Bram Weinstein earlier today, and they really like also Armani Rogers, number 88, and he's coming up right there on the screen. I see him at tight end. He's good, and he's really had an opportunity to shine because of the injuries. I also have brought up, I keep calling them Jacob P, right? Jacob P, the new number 91, the new Ryan Kerrigan. But since Ryan Kerrigan is out there, there's no new Ryan Kerrigan. There's Ryan Kerrigan, the coach, and then there's Jacob P, number 91 now. And I like him. He's doing well, very well. So I wanted to name a few of those players that some folks might not be hearing a lot about, but also be fair and objective to say there isn't anybody that's just that we haven't already discussed. It just be like, wow, whoa. But I think that Saturday is the time to really showcase that. I really think that's going to be the time that you're going to see some of that. And now this is, the first video was from Tuesday's practice, Darrell, and then this is from Wednesday's practice, the footage that will be captured here. So Saturday's preseason game is important. It is important to see and get an answer, a solid answer to that question. And let's not forget about the other two games as well, because oftentimes those other two games where you may not see the starters play as much, that is where, hey, if you're fighting for a roster spot, that is where you want to impress. And oh, by the way, if you don't want to lose your roster spot, that's where you better make sure you don't. So more to come, more to be seen. Who knows? Who knows? I think everybody's just waiting for the preseason games. Practices, they're staying consistent. The pace is still up. Everyone is still attentive. It's even so much such now that even when it comes to interviews and, players kind of stopping by to chat and reconnect and everything with media, they're not doing that as much now, because they are really focusing on the rest of training camp. And that's exactly what you want to see. I'm good with that. Hey, if everybody is working and everyone is like, we got to stay focused and be ready, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. We can walk and talk and not in an interview fashion, or I could just say, hey, how you doing? And it doesn't have to be so formal, because these guys are in work mode. And we all understand that. I absolutely want to acknowledge Bernard Plummer, because it is because of Bernard that we have these extra tickets to give away. Seriously, a giveaway, a real giveaway, everybody. Like, for real, giveaway. So listen, thank you, Bernard, a friend and supporter of the show. And he is blessing someone with 2 game tickets. So has everybody been sharing the show? Because if you've been sharing the show and you've been tagging folks in and you're already following Seawall, then you have a good chance that you're going to win these tickets. Okay. You're going to have a really good chance to win these tickets. So, all right, listen, let's do some trivia. Can we do some trivia? I may not launch this game, and one day for fun, I think I'm going to say, you all meet me on the Seawall Sports and Entertainment page, and we're going to try to play this game. But I'm not going to do it now, but we're going to play some trivia. And whoever gets the answers right, listen, tag your folks in, you all. Tag Commanders fans in, because they want to get an opportunity to win these tickets. All right? Okay, so here's some trivia. I thought this was pretty good. And a lot of these are based on last season's stats. So check this out. Look, out of the NFC teams last season, where did the Commanders rank in rushing yards? Were they 5th? Were they 6th? Were they 14th? Or were they 23rd? Okay, let me read that again. Last season, where did the Commanders rank in rushing yards? Were they 5th? Were they 6th? 14th? Or 23rd? Y'all got like 20 seconds. Damon, and once you answer, you answer. Damon has said they were 5th. Anybody else gonna guess? I mean, your time is almost up. 15. Who else? And who's tracking the scores? All right. Nobody else. 14. All right. Nobody else. Your time is up. They were 6th. They were 6th. Nobody got that right. I'm gonna start timing y'all. Wait a second. Stop watch. Here we go. But they were. We got what? 5 more minutes. Okay. But they were 6. Isn't that something? Listen, last season, what was the tight end run blocking grade? Let me repeat myself. Last season, what was the tight end run blocking grade? Was the grade 76.5, 74.4, 70.1, or 65.3? We're going to try to play this game in one day. Trust me. 76.5, 74.4, 70.1, or 65.3. Essentially 76, 74, 70, or 65. Let me look. Anybody else? Damon is right. It is 70.1. Damon got that one. So right now, Damon's got one right. He's got one. Okay, check this one out, y'all. Where did the Commanders rank in average time of possession? Were they ranked 5th? Were they ranked 8th? Were they ranked 10th? Or were they ranked 14th? In average time of possession, rank 5, 8, 10, or 14. Who's got it? Who has it? Who has it? Who has it? I see 5th. I see 8th. I see 14. Anybody else? We got a couple more minutes, y'all. We're going to keep going. I see 18. Let me see. Does anybody get it? Nobody got that? They were 10th. They were 10th, y'all. They were 10th. They were 10th at 30 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, I see them. They were at 10th. We already done told it. So right now, the only one who's gotten one right is Damon. Is that correct? Damon has only gotten one right. Okay, because all you got is 20 seconds. Once the game starts, and we're gonna play this game in live one day. We're gonna play it. We're gonna practice it. We're gonna play, and we're gonna have a good time. This is a good one. What was the Commanders' defense overall grade last season? 82.5, 72.5, 66.6, or 63.3. That's 82.5, 72.5, 66.6, or 63.3. Okay. All right, let's see. I haven't seen. I'm waiting. I see Cheryl, Amy. I see Damon. I see John. Anybody else? Has the right answer been said? And yes, the right answer has been said. Cheryl, Amy got the answer right at 66.6. Okay, Cheryl has one. Damon has one. All right, we're going to keep this trivia thing going. We got to hurry up and get through this. Okay, what grade did the Commanders' defensive tackle position get last season? Did they get an 88.6, an 88.3, a 70.8, or a 70? What did they get? 88.6, 88.3, 70, 70.8, excuse me, or 70? The defensive tackles. Defensive tackles. And y'all, we got to get ready to go. 88.6, 88.3, 70.8, 70. Y'all, defensive tackles actually were ranked first at 88.6. You guys, look, we're actually at our time. So we definitely got to figure out who's going to get these tickets. Who is going to get these tickets? Let me tell you all something. If you want the tickets, whoever, because we were tied and we got to go. And so whoever wants the tickets, you have to absolutely, whoever is the first to inbox Seaball Sports and Entertainment and says, give me the tickets, you are getting the tickets, okay? Listen, you guys, we will be back for another episode of the weekly sports update, Coaching from the Couch. Okay, you guys, make sure you all stay safe, and I will be seeing you guys again soon.
You're not on the field, court, or ice. You're on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, C. Wall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's C-Ball, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, picking any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. See all that we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.